So I'm recording a session as well, so I'll send it to you so that you'll have it for
Mhm.
reference after.
So,
So you won't have
mhm.
to remember
No
everything,
problem.
especially if you don't get to write everything down as well too, right? Um, the
Okay.
just in case the session drops, we'll just restart the session, right? So
Yeah, no problem.
that won't be a problem there. Yeah, so how are you doing?
I'm tired, I'm stressed out, but I'm okay.
Wow, two of the things that I never want to hear anybody say, tired and stressed.
I was telling you the
Wow.
story
Yeah,
where my sister and I went to the temple by the sea.
right.
There were two abandoned doggies, very, very small. I
Oh,
tried to turn the other direction, but I really couldn't.
yeah,
So I took them to the shelter, but they don't have space. So we're just looking for homes at this point.
I see. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that can really be a little bit a little bit stressful.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry to hear that. So
No, no, it'll be okay. Yeah.
yeah, you'll get through definitely. And well, being tired, that's a whole other story by itself, right? So
But yeah, yeah, yeah. It is. It is.
well, I hope you're as excited as I am for this session.
Of course, yes, I am.
I'm looking forward to see how we can help you move forward from where you are and help you to unlock
Hmm.
what you would like to unlock for yourself. So obviously, to take you on that journey, it's very important. It's imperative for me to understand a few things about you better, know where you're at and stuff like that, so I can know how to take you forward, right? So obviously, I have a
Yes.
specific format that I normally follow, where I would normally take people through a certain specific process, which I will do with you as well, because
Yeah.
I believe I was guided when I kind of created that program, and I believe that step by step, it takes you to a certain point, and I've seen it happen because I've
Hmm.
worked with people, many people around the world, and I've seen it happen where they were able to move from one thing to the other, and they were able to grow and experience the things that they want to, you know? So,
Okay.
yeah, so it's important though. I still want to know or have an idea. Normally, I don't do that when I'm doing a group session. I let people just introduce themselves. But I would like to get a feel because one-on-one is a little bit different in the sense of it's just
Hmm.
conversing. So it'd be nice to get to have an idea of what I'm working with so then I can know exactly how I need to guide you and where do I guide you from here. So tell me, if you were to introduce yourself to someone, how do you introduce yourself?
Oh gosh. I don't know if last I did that, but
You never
okay,
introduce
so
yourself to anybody?
yeah, I did, but I normally don't know what to tell people about myself. That's a problem, right?
Okay, just
So,
think of it like this. This is how I tell people. Think about it like you're in primary school, and you know we get the
mhm,
journal, and they tell you journal, and they tell you write about yourself,
mhm.
write an essay about yourself. That's what you're gonna do now. Just not in so many words, but that's what you're gonna do in 2 minutes. What if I were to ask who is Meera Sundar? What would you tell me?
Okay, so let me just give you a little background into how I think on all of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, at present, let me just tell you in advance, I'm going through a little phase where I think I'm a little bit depressed, right? Now, that is stemming from me being a very emotional person, right? So I'm emotional to almost every single thing in life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, Also me being emotional, I panic, I worry, I overthink. I mean, I just talking about all the negatives at this point, right?
That's fine.
But right. So that now has created so like where people could see solutions to things, I see problems. Not
Right.
that I choose to, but I just how my mind works. Other than that, yeah. So I think I know I have anxiety. I spoke to the doctor about it already.
Mm-hmm.
Even to make a simple decision, I can't even make a simple decision. I
Right.
would stop and I would think, and I would have to consult a few people, and then I'll get confused along the way, and it just creates a lot of problems for me. And
Right.
that is something that I feel as though I need to work on.
Of course. Which is why I guess we're here
So,
today, right?
yes, yes. So I know that, yeah. And because of the worry, I tend to have a lot of negative thinking. So, sometimes where people can see something positive, I just definitely can't see something positive. I would just go overthinking and just go into this depressive kind of state of mind, and
Right.
I don't know how to get myself out of that.
Understood. So
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. Okay. So I'll come back to the question again. So I want you to pay
Hmm.
attention in the sense of also pay attention to the things that you're saying. I'm making note of certain things as well, so I can have an idea. But off the
Right.
bat, I asked you to describe who Meera Sundar is. And literally every single thing that you told me just now was the negative experiences that you're having in
Yeah.
your life, right?
Okay. It's not
So this
positive, but somewhat positive.
Right. No, so this is reflective. There's a reason why we're going through this process. So everything that we're doing is reflective. It's contemplative. It's for you to contemplate. It's for you to reflect. And this is how we're going to rewire your brain. This is how we are going to
Okay.
reprogram your mind, because that's the goal here. What we want to
Hmm.
have for you is what is called as a shift in your paradigm. And at some point when we go through a session, that's a little more advanced, but that's something that I teach as well, a masterclass where I teach you how to actually shift your paradigm and why your brain works a certain way and your mind works a certain way. Right. So it takes a
Right.
point, takes a certain amount of information to get to that point, right?
Right.
So you want what is called as a paradigm shift because there's a paradigm, a mental program in your subconscious mind that was built over all the years that you have been living upon the face of this earth. And it basically projects into this world now. And all the experiences that you're having right now is based on that mental program that is in your subconscious mind. The subconscious mind
Yeah.
is not the thinking mind, it's not the mind that you're thinking with every day. So
Okay.
sometimes you might think a certain way, and then that mind might project a different situation into your life, and then you'll be like, but I'm not even thinking
Mm-hmm.
about this. So I don't even want this to show up in my life. Why is this showing up? But it's
Mm-hmm.
really because
Right.
it's the subconscious mind that has a projector that is projecting people, situations, and experiences around you. So
Right.
the reason for me asking you to tell me who you are is because that's basically what today is based on. So today's session, so you can actually make note of it basically, what it's called. It's called Who Am I? Or
Hmm.
self-discovery. That's why I start with everybody. Because if you don't know
Yeah.
who you are, then nothing else that we do is going to make any sense. Right?
Right.
So the first thing you need to know is who you are. Now, so you write that down as that's your heading for today, right? So the session is called Who,
Mm-hmm.
right? So who am I? Self-discovery, basically, right? So you're discovering yourself.
Yeah.
So when I asked, as I'm saying, you were like, well, first of all, you were like, well, I'm not accustomed saying this, number one. And number two is before giving me, even though you're saying that there will be some positive things, you did not give me any of the positives, but automatically off the bat, you gave me the negative things. So
Negatives. Yeah.
now this is telling me where at some level your program is automatically
It
off the
is.
bat, right?
Yeah. It is.
It
Yeah.
automatically tells me why at some level you are going through the things that you are going through in
Yeah.
your life, right?
Yeah.
Now, I
I
want you to bear in
am.
mind and understand with you and I being here, at no point in this conversation is me judging you. No point.
I know. I
Anything,
know.
right, good. But I just want to make it clear and I want to reinforce that, right? Anything that I tell you is because I'm analyzing what is going on with you and I'm going to offer you advice on it. But at no point it's me judging you as a person. This is the safest, free space you could ever be in. You can talk to me about anything, you can converse, you can say anything at all, right?
Mhm.
You don't need to be
Right.
afraid. I just want you to know that, right? You can be open and you
Sure.
can be comfortable. It's a safe space, right?
No
So
problem.
when I asked you who you are, I wanted you to tell me who you are. So we're going to try it again, right? And you're going to learn
Hmm.
something, obviously. How I do all of this is that I am teaching you like how life would teach you. Life gives you the experience first and you get the lesson after. You get the exam
It's
first and
true.
you get the lesson after. Not so? Good.
It's true.
So
Yeah.
so by me training you and teaching you in this manner, automatically you're going to learn how to navigate life's challenges because you're going to be able to cope with them. You're going to learn how to deal with them. We've never
Hmm.
been taught how to deal with them properly, you know? So
Right.
once you learn how to, it's going to be completely different. So I want you to try again this time. And bear in mind what I told you before, you're in school and the teacher asks you to write an essay about yourself. How would you start it? And how would you say in 2 minutes, how would you state and tell
Mhm.
someone about yourself? Who is Meera Sundar? Who am I?
All right, so let's go to the basics. I'm a teacher. I did my BSc in
Right?
economics,
Mm-hmm.
minor in human resource management at the University of the West Indies. I worked at the Ministry of Finance for just about 10 years. Then I started teaching because I always wanted to get into the field of teaching.
Right?
Maybe lecturing someday by God's grace.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I love to travel. I
Right?
love animals. That is my passion. Those two things are the two things that I absolutely love.
Right?
I just love spending time with my parents. I love spending time with my pets. I love just watching, just quiet time by myself. That's just me. I'm more of an introvert. I'm not an extrovert in any way.
Right.
So yeah, so I'll be the child to sit at the back of the class instead of the front of the class, and I tend to be invisible. So I choose to be that way. So yes, I'm a teacher.
Right.
I teach at Marabella North Secondary School. I've been there for the past 5 years.
Right.
Prior to that, I taught at St. James Sixth Form Government for 3 years. I absolutely love it there. I miss it since I came to this new school, I must say. Yeah. So that is about it for me. I recently completed my postgraduate diploma in education.
Mm-hmm.
Would like to do my MBA at some point in life.
Right.
And yeah, travel a
You
little
said the
bit more.
BSc was in what?
Economics.
Okay, good. So BSc in
Yeah.
economics.
Hmm.
Nice. And then you did postgrad in
Yeah, I did my postgraduate diploma in education.
okay.
DPED.
Right,
Yeah.
right, yeah. Okay, cool.
Hmm.
So on Marble Note, you said that's what's going on. All right, cool. Nice.
Yeah.
Yay, you did well. So
Yeah.
you're gonna get, let's see, what do you get here because of this? Probably get some, what's going on with my reactions? Is it not working? I haven't checked it now.
That's
I haven't seen
okay.
video effects just now. Da, background effects, boom, boom, boom. And normally my effects are all cool and I just,
Yeah.
I'll have to check it because I just
That's
changed the,
okay.
oh, reactors over here. Let me see. Yeah, recognize hand gestures. Boom. There we go.
Okay.
Boom. Let's
Yeah.
go. Okay, good.
So cool. Yeah.
Huh?
I said that's so cool.
I know, right? Yeah, it's an Apple feature.
Mhm.
So we have to celebrate. That's important. We're here to celebrate, right? And it's important to celebrate yourself. It's important to
Yeah.
celebrate the things that we do in our lives, right? And that's how we continue to grow. Now, okay, so you went one step up, so that's good. So you took a step, right? A
Mhm.
baby step now in the right direction. So I asked you again,
Yes.
who am I? And first, the first thing you did was describe all of your negative experiences that you were having. The second thing
Yes.
that you did was explain to me what are some of the positive experiences that you are having, and also maybe
Yeah.
some of the negatives. But you also explained to me again what some of the experiences that you're having. You still haven't told me who Meera is. I want you to understand. No, literally.
Yes.
So, and
Yeah.
trust me, it's not only you. It's not only you. This is the majority of the population because
Yeah.
nobody ever taught us who we are, number one, most of the time.
Mhm.
Number two is every single day we get reminded of who we are not by the people, situations, circumstances around us. It keeps
Yeah.
placing labels upon us and keeps reminding us of who we are not. Like we
Yes.
are not good enough, like we can't do this, like we can't be that, etc. Every single day
Mhm.
you hear about the black stain on the white shirt. You don't hear about it
Yes.
should, right? Unfortunately. This is
Exactly.
why it's so important for us to be intentional about our circle and be intentional about the people we have in our lives and stuff like that. That's very, very important, right? So
Hmm.
when it comes to this, again, I'm actually going to tell you who you are because to be very honest with you, you don't yet know who you are. And this is
I
no,
do.
like I said, it's a no way of judgment. You don't. And I'll tell you,
Hmm.
over 90 something percent of this world, they don't know who they are. The world I'm talking,
Hmm.
not just Trinidad and Tobago. They don't know who they are.
Yeah.
This is why there's something called a 1%. This is why there's
Hmm.
a certain percentage of the world's population that get to a certain level. Because it is a very, very extremely small percentage of people who become what is called as self-realized.
Right.
This is what we're working on. So your goal as a human being, your goal as
Hmm.
a human being, and this ties into Sanatana Dharma, right? So now I can approach that with you because you will understand that, right? Based on your background.
Yeah.
So as you're Hindu by background, right? So,
Yes, I.
Sanatana Dharma and generally the whole concept of all this, Sanatana Dharma teaches universal principles. The Vedas teach universal principles, which is meant for everybody. It's not only for Hindus, it's for everyone because it's life. All right. That's why it's
Hmm.
called a way of life and not a religion. So,
Hmm.
when we're talking about our goal in Sanatana Dharma, and your goal generally is what is called as what we'll say moksha, right? Which is liberation,
Hmm.
salvation. Now, most people don't really understand what this means. It is
Hmm.
really self-realization, which is understanding who the self is. So
Mm-hmm.
you are the self. You are not the body. You are aware of this. You are the self.
Mm-hmm.
You are not the body. The
Mm-hmm.
body is a mass of energy that is made up of five elements.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you decide that you're going to exit from this body, the body will remain and it will be returned back to where? To the five elements. So whenever
Mm-hmm.
body is cremated, for example, in order to understand life, we must firstly understand death. So whenever a person is cremated, we think, okay, well, generally the average person will say, well, hey, they came to an end. And that's not true. Nothing came to an end. Because scientifically, energy is neither created nor destroyed. Simply
Mm-hmm.
changes shape or form. So
Mm-hmm.
with that being said, the body from that manifest state of energy with all the gross elements combined together, it will go back into an unmanifest state. So water to water, air to air, earth to earth, etc. Right? Fire to fire. And then it will come back again to be used again. So the elements will continuously go through the cycle of what we call birth and death, but it's not really the ending. That's why we
Mm-hmm.
do not really believe in something called an end. So anytime somebody says an end, it's really because they are limited in thinking because they think that things actually come to an end. That's
Right.
why at the point of death, the soul will continue its journey. It will continue moving on. It will continue existing because the soul is beyond the physical body. The soul is something that is much greater than just the physical body. Now,
Mm-hmm.
you are the soul, you are not the body. You are the self, you are not the body. Everything, when I asked you again who you are, everything that you told me is the experiences, sorry, that your soul present in the body is currently experiencing. If
Right.
I were to remove, so you get that so far, right?
Mm-hmm.
Understand that? If
I
I
do.
were
Yeah.
to remove the sheet that is over you, you are the soul. So I'm taking it at levels. I'll get to the real point of it shortly, but I'm taking you through stages to get to that point of understanding, right? Because I don't just want to jump and take you and tell you what the answer is, and you're like, what? All right. So
Mm-hmm.
if you remove the sheet or the layer of clothing, which is your body that is on you right now, because your body is the clothing that is surrounding you. If you remove that right now, then who would you be? Who do you think you would be?
The energy.
You would be? No, you can answer there. There's no right or wrong. You would be there.
The energy.
Energy. Okay, good.
Yeah. Well, the
So
soul. Mm-hmm.
right? The soul, which goes beyond just energy at the level of the physical body, because that's also energy. But that energy is one that will exist in this physical realm continuously. The soul is a special, I would say, in my opinion, a special type of energy, which goes even beyond
Right.
that. Because the soul
Mm-hmm.
always continues to exist and always continues to live on.
Mm-hmm.
So when I ask you who you are, you just answered for me and you said, well, if the body wasn't there, if the label of Meera Sundar wasn't there, then that would mean that I'm energy. So why wasn't your first answer that I am energy?
Mm-hmm.
See what
Yeah,
I'm
the
telling
thing
you?
about yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
exactly. That's why I'm here. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you wouldn't need
But
me if it is you would have thought of that on your own, right? So
yeah.
the thing is, nobody really starts there because again nobody comes to tell us that to really provoke our thinking in such a way to help us to think like that, to say, hey,
Right.
this is what you'll call either out of box thinking, or I like to say walking outside the box. You don't want to just think outside the box, you want to walk outside the box. You want to see life
Mm-hmm.
completely different, you want to think completely different, right? So
Yes.
understanding all of these things that I'm sharing, I'm going to be sharing with you, you are going to change the course of your life. And that's why we're here. This is not no simple mission. This is not just, hey, I want to feel better. This is me actually teaching you things that once you apply them, you are going to shift the trajectory of your life. That's the whole goal here, right? I want you
Right.
to say in future that I have achieved all of the things that I've set out to achieve. I've made it happen and I have a clear understanding of who I am, what I'm called to do, etc. Because all of those things I can actually help you
Mhm.
figure out, right? So
Okay.
now you understand something deeper. You didn't understand that before. You were not aware of this, but now you are aware. But wait now, I am energy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everything that comes after the I am, it has power. Now, we tend to relate a lot to, again, the experiences that we're having, not really who we are. That's
Right.
just generally how we have been shaped to think in society. When you're growing up, they
Mm-hmm.
tell you start writing in primary school when you write. I am a boy, I am a girl, my name is so and so, I live at so and so. Everything that we acknowledge from even a little child coming up is experiences that we actually have.
Mm-hmm.
It's not who we really are. So all of
Mm-hmm.
our life, unfortunately, in the entire traditional schooling system that exists, we are being taught about experiences and how to become attached to these experiences. None of it is teaching us to rise above it. That is why the people that go on to become very successful, and this is a fun fact when you think about it, it's a statistic actually. Most of the people who go on to achieve great things in this world, they are high school dropouts. Not so? You may have
Yes.
wondered why, right?
Right.
You may have wondered why. How does this make sense, right? Because if
Yeah, exactly.
if school is designed to make people become educated, then how it
Mhm.
doesn't make people successful. Because it was designed to make people educated, not make people successful. There's a difference. There's a difference.
True. Very
It
true.
is
I agree.
designed to teach people how to remain in the system, not to teach people how to get out of the system, the matrix as they call it.
Mhm.
The goal
Yeah.
is we want to get you out of the matrix. And that's why even the movie Matrix was made. So, fun fact is in my sessions, normally I will give you homework, and the homework will be watching certain movies. But after I've taught you about what to look for, you are going to see something completely different from what you have seen before. And then
Yeah.
you'll be like, what? So, I literally
Yeah.
now, so tonight I'm actually gonna watch a movie. I'm gonna watch a movie because I wanted to for a while and I didn't get a chance because I've been so busy, right? So later tonight we're gonna
Right.
watch Superman, the new one that came out. Now I'm very intrigued by sci-fi because of the fact that when I look at it, I see something completely different from what most people see. It opens my mind to something that is way
I
beyond. Yeah, you would be
agree.
surprised
Yeah.
to know that a lot of sci-fi movies is actually based on Vedanta. It's actually based on things that are coming from the Vedas. But if you know what to look for,
Mhm.
you know how to see it, you realize,
Right.
oh, wow, this is actually mind blowing, right?
Yeah.
So, with that being said, we have come down to the concept of UI energy, right? And I'm about to take you further and I'm about to blow your mind because I usually take people to this point in the first session because in order to understand anything else that is happening in your life or going on in your life, the first thing you need to understand is who you truly are. Have you ever thought about this before?
Yes, I did. But I still don't have the answer.
Right. Well, that's why, the Lord sent me here today to give you the answer. Who am I? Where have I come from? You know,
Yes.
because I have been able
Mhm.
to figure this out for myself. And because I know this for myself, I am aware of it for others as well. So this is why I can tell you exactly who you are. I always have this
Mhm.
conversation with people and I tell them, I'm like, I know things about you that you don't know. And then they're like, what? Yeah, I'm like, when we have conversation, first of all, they'll start with things like, you have no idea, and you may not know, and you may not understand. I'm like, pause. Pause with all of that. I'm like, I know things about you that you don't even understand about yourself.
Mhm.
Because of understanding myself at a much deeper level, we all
Mhm.
are the same at the core. So because I understand myself at a much deeper level, I can tell you exactly who you are. The more that we dive within, what we are doing here is called self-mastery. The more that we
Right.
dive deeper within, we unlock secrets.
Mhm.
And when we unlock those secrets, you are now able to understand who you really are. When you understand who you really are and you realize how connected you are to everything and everyone, then you realize, but wait now, the core we are all the same. It's just that we are all choosing
Mhm.
to have different experiences.
Yes.
So, yeah, you gotta be real open to receive this, but I'm gonna tell you something, like I said, that's gonna blow your mind. So I want you to ask me the same question that I asked you when we started. So ask me
Who
the
are
same
you?
question. I am God,
Okay.
right? I
Uh-huh.
am God. I am a divine being having a human experience. But here's the thing.
Right.
So
Mhm.
are you. So I'm going to
Okay.
break it down for you and I'm going to help you to understand.
Mhm. Mhm.
So when we come to the Vedas, straight up to the Vedas have concepts. Unfortunately, we are not taught this traditionally because we are taught concepts that come from stories, Ramayana, Mahabharata, etc.
Mhm.
things are stories.
Yeah.
Stories. That is a lower level of Sanatanam, a very basic level. At the level of the
Mm-hmm.
Vedas, which are our authoritative scriptures, it says things like Aham Brahmasmi, I am Brahman, I am God. So I
Mm-hmm.
literally told you what is contained within the Vedas, but I am aware of it. I didn't just read it,
Mm-hmm.
I am aware of it, right? Because of experiences that I've gone through. You'll hear
Right.
things like Tattvamasi, I am that,
Yes.
I am, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, which is saying that I am God again, and God is me, right? There's a verse in the Taittiriya Upanishad that says, um, Taittiriya, I can't remember if that's that Upanishad or another one, but it said, Yat Pindi Tat Brahmandi, which says, what is in the universe is in my body, and what is in my body is in the universe. And what is that? God.
One with it. Okay.
Because God is everything. So when
Yes.
you understand this today, and you're understanding not just who you are, but you're understanding who and what God is and what God represents. Because the same God that we have been worshiping externally all along, most people are unaware that that same divine absolute reality is existent and existing within this body. And that's the purpose of everything else that we do, to lead to the understanding and the awareness of who you really are. Come back to the
Mm-hmm.
goal, self-realization. Now you are aware of who the self is. It's just to help you to understand it more in depthly. So you are God. You are a divine being having a human experience. Now, if you tell that to the average person, they watch you like, what? You mad?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because you know why? Because
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
concepts and beliefs, belief
Mm-hmm.
systems, and because of programming. Because somebody has come into their life and programmed them to believe that there's something else out there external of them.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, there is, because God is everything. So God is vast, God is beyond, God is divine, and omniscient, omnipresent, omnipotent, etc. But you are a spark of that divinity expressing itself in human form, and that is recorded in all our scriptures. But why it is not taught to us at that level? Because unfortunately,
Exactly.
most people do not understand it and they are not aware of it.
Right.
That's the thing. Most of them have
True.
not experienced this to
Yes.
understand that, but wait, no, this is exactly who I am. This is the reality of who I am. So I am aware, and it's on my wall actually, one of the, which I'll share with you at some time. One of the things on my wall here is I have a lot of words and phrases and stuff that is instructed in my mind, right? One of them is I am a peaceful, joyful, divine being having a human experience. I remind myself of that every day. Because being in this world and being present in this world, we get caught up in all of the things, the illusions that exist. And because of that, we start losing the essence of who we truly are.
Yes. I
So
can relate.
I know you definitely didn't even expect this coming here today, right?
No.
This is going to hear. So now I'm going to show you how it works. I'm using this bottle of water as an example, although it has a little bit of water in it, right?
Yeah.
So this is what my realization took me to, and this is the easiest way to help you to understand this. So let's say God is like the ocean, for example. So God is the ocean. We're just saying the ocean is vast, it's beyond all these things, right? God is all of the elements, the fire, the water, the
Mhm.
wind, etc. That's why in Sanatana Dharma we worship the elements because we
Yeah.
are aware that God is everything, right?
Mhm.
It's just that a lot of people don't know how, right?
Yeah.
So, excuse me. So, let's say now we are thinking that God and we are thinking and picturing God as the ocean. Now, this bottle of water is you,
Mm-hmm.
right? The water came from the ocean. It came into the bottle, which is the vessel. The bottle is your body, which is the
Mm-hmm.
vessel, right? The label here is your name, the brand,
Mm-hmm.
right? Now, can I use this water properly without the vessel?
No.
So the vessel is important in order to be able to use the water. Now,
Yes.
what is more important here, the bottle or the water? Think.
The water.
The water, you're smart, right? The water is more
Mm-hmm.
important. Good. Despite the
Mm-hmm.
fact that the water is more important, I can't really use it unless it has a vessel. I can immerse myself in it, but I can't really enjoy it properly or utilize it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the water within is you, right? You require a body, a vessel, in order to have the
Mm-hmm.
experiences that you're having upon the face of the earth. Because without the
Under-
vessel, you cannot have the experiences that you're currently having.
mhm.
The name.
Understand.
So we have blue waters here. This is alkaline. Some it have aqua pure. Now it's not aqua pure anymore. You have
Yeah.
oasis. Yeah, it have
Yeah.
all
That's
different
fine.
kinds. Yeah, it have all different kinds that exist, right? If I
Mm-hmm.
were to take this water and I were to pour it into a lota, it now becomes a lota of water. If I
Mm-hmm.
were to take this and I were to pour it into a bowl, it becomes a bowl of water.
Water.
So every
Mm-hmm.
time the vessel changes, what happens? What changes? The
The shape? I don't know the name. I don't know.
name.
The name.
The
Yeah.
name. So that's
Mm-hmm.
what I'm looking for. We're right to the shape changes, but the name, right? So
Mm-hmm.
the shape, the form, everything changes. Every time this water goes into a new vessel, it takes a new form because of,
Name.
right? But at the core, the water is still the same. Because if I
Same.
were to take this water and I were to pour this water back into the ocean, and then I tell you, like the good girl that you are, I say, here's what, take this bottle and go back and find the bottle of water for me, the same bottle of water. Could you?
No.
Because the water in this bottle and the water in the ocean will now become
One.
that is self-realization. And this is what a lot of people have
Mm-hmm.
been trying to understand and share for so many years. When you die or you'll merge with God, no, the merging is supposed to happen before, not when you die. Meaning you are supposed to become aware of who you are before. And when you are aware of that, when you exit from the physical body, you will have a completely different experience because you are now aware that I am a divine being having a human experience.
Yeah, that
So,
makes sense.
so you are the divine
Mm-hmm.
because the water coming from the ocean, when it comes here, it's in a bottle, it's a bottle of water, but it is still what? It is still water.
Water. Yeah.
Water in the ocean, water here. So if it is, you are born out of the divine,
Mm-hmm.
then why are you saying every single day that you're a human being? If you are born out of the
Around.
divine, then
Mm-hmm.
that means you are divine.
Divine.
If you are born
Mm-hmm.
out of God, then that makes you God.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why you are who you actually are, which is what I'm telling you right now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, same thing, if a person would have gone to Sri Satya Sai Baba when he was alive, you say, Baba, are you God and why do you say you're God? And you're like, yes, I am, but so are you.
Mm-hmm.
Christianity, Jesus Christ taught, he said, you are created in the likeness and image of God. And that's what he was also trying to explain to people. Most
Mm-hmm.
people miss the essence of what these teachings really, really actually mean. All these
Yeah.
avatars and all these prophets were not here to teach us that we have to be followers of them, but we became followers of them naturally. Because when you see divinity, you start to worship and bow down to divinity. But they were
Mm-hmm.
simply trying to show us who we really are at our core.
Mm-hmm.
We are them, they are us, we are one and the same. There's no distinction.
Mm-hmm.
So now having this understanding and coming to this point to realize this, why every single day of our lives do we come to the point of thinking that I am not good enough? I am not achieving my goals. I am emotional. I am anxious. I overthink. That's not who you are. All of these things are experiences that you are having. But when I ask you who you are, you define yourself as these things.
Okay.
Because because when you came into this world and you started to be shaped as a human,
Mm-hmm.
because you're having a human experience, you could have been having this experience as a plant, as any other form of creation, but you are the highest form of God's creation, which is a human being, which this is what separates you from the rest and helps you to understand what I'm sharing with you right now. If you were not at the
Mm-hmm.
level of a human, you would not have the ability of discernment. You would not be able to differentiate, to say, I am this, or I am that, or I can do this, or I can do that. You would not be able to differentiate. So having
Right.
this awareness now and understanding that this is who I really am, you realize that growing up, when you come into this world, just like the water comes into the bottle, you have come from the divine. So God is like this massive energy, this big ball of energy, and you are a spark that comes from it. When you come from it as a spark, You enter into a vessel. If you entered into the body of a boy, you would not be called a girl. But at
Mhm.
birth, you were called a girl because they were like, oh, it's a girl, because that is how your body is shaped. Your
Mhm.
branding is defined based on your vessel,
Mhm.
but that is not who you really are. So
Makes
you're
sense.
called a boy, you're
Mhm.
called a girl, and then now they say, well, I'm gonna name her this, or I'm gonna name her that, and then you get a name, and then from there now, you're attached to a home and you're attached to a family, and they give you a last name, a title based on which family you are in. You get another name, another brand. And then from there,
Mhm.
you start getting shaped. Oh, I went to this school, and oh, I did this, and oh, I achieved this, and oh, I did the next, and I did the other thing. And you keep going like that. And throughout our entire lives, we are in this endless pursuit of acquiring and attaching ourselves to things that do not determine who we are. Nothing
Mhm.
is wrong in acquiring and achieving and having. But a person like Jim Carrey, I always use him in my examples and my sessions, right? Jim Carrey literally shared something where he said, I truly wish for everyone to achieve all that they want to achieve in life so that they can realize it's not the answer.
Yeah, makes sense.
So nothing is wrong now, and this is important for us to understand, right? Nothing is wrong in acquiring things, nothing is wrong in achieving things, nothing is wrong in having things, but we have to separate the experiences from the reality of who we are.
Mhm.
So you need to
Understood.
say, this is who
Mhm.
I am, but I am having these experiences. So whenever something happens in your life positive, it's an experience that I'm having. Whenever something in your life happens negative, it's an experience that I'm having. Now, it's going to be a process because of the fact that for so many
Mhm.
years you've been shaped and programmed a certain way. So you are
Mhm.
already tied at some level to these experiences, thinking that that's who you are. So now this is,
Papa, I could just
uh-huh,
say one thing, right?
sure.
So I don't want to be this person, right? But sometimes this is just my experience I get in
Sure,
life, right?
definitely. Yeah, yeah, you share. Yeah.
Um, okay, so like a road for me can never be straight. It will always have some sort of obstacles.
Right.
It's just over the years I've tried to be positive and then things will just work a certain way. That's just my observation, right? And
Mm-hmm.
because of that, things, okay, let's just say it in this way, right? Things just not working.
Mm-hmm.
I just developed this mindset that, okay, like, okay, how many times do I be positive and it just doesn't work?
Right.
And I
Of
think that
course.
kind of shaped me more into just believing, like,
Definitely.
something is off, something is off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So the thing about that is that those things that you just said, I will never in my
Mhm.
life say it about myself, even in joke, because I
You
know the
see?
power
Mhm.
that those words have.
And somebody told me the same thing.
I would never say it, even in joke, I will never say it because I know of the power of those words.
Right.
Now, this is why I keep telling you everything in your life that you've done so far have led up to the point of you being how you are right now because of programming.
Right.
And that's why you're here,
Hmm.
because I'm going to help you unravel it. And there's an actual science behind changing these things. So, this is why
Right.
sometimes you might have been positive, but it didn't change because you didn't know the actual science behind changing it.
Understood.
Yes,
I
you're gonna have
agree.
homework after
Well,
this. You're definitely gonna have homework, and
sure.
you're gonna have some things. Like I said, it usually involves fun things, which is watching stuff.
No
The first
problem.
question is, have you ever heard about something called The Secret?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, you are aware of what The Secret is?
Yeah, I have the book.
Okay, good. Have you read the book?
Yes. Bits and pieces of it. Yes.
Right. So I'm
Yeah.
actually gonna share with you. There are two movies made on the book. Now, the first one,
Hmm.
I call it a documentary that is made on the book because
Hmm.
it shows you the actual concepts of the secret and what it represents. And I think you might enjoy watching that rather than just reading the book. That's me as well too.
Sure. I
So
agree.
an hour and 30 minutes long. It's on a Dropbox link. I'll send it to you. You have to download it first.
Sure.
And when you
Yeah.
download it, you're gonna watch it. I want you. So this part of your homework.
No
So you
problem.
watch it and you're gonna make notes on it. And I
Hmm.
guarantee you're going to be mind blown because you are going to see in that documentary exactly why your life is the way it is right now.
Okay.
It is
Okay.
going to show you exactly why your life is playing out the way it is playing out right now and also how it could change. So the secret is the law
Hmm.
of attraction, right? The secret is the law of attraction. And
Right.
that literally shows you that everything in your life happens based on you. This is why I
Mm-hmm.
call it self-mastery, because nothing in your life right now is not happening because of you, you know. Everything is happening because of you. And when you learn how to alter this and to change things, and you're coming
Mm-hmm.
out of the trap now and coming out of the matrix, you can automatically start altering the results that show up. This is what I've been doing for years. For the last
Mm-hmm.
6 years, I started to intentionally start to shift my reality because I started to
Mm-hmm.
learn things and open up doors to things that I did not even know exist. And
Mm-hmm.
from that point forward, I started to apply the things that I learned. And in about 2 years of consistency, I saw major shifts starting to take place. Places that I wanted to
Right.
visit, places I wanted to travel to, I'm talking about. I wrote it into existence before it happened. And this is what I'm here to
Mm-hmm.
do, here, literally.
So,
So,
can I just ask one
sure.
question?
Hmm.
So if I want something like I have a desire to, I don't know, whatever it may be. I know what I want that I would speak to you about later on, right?
Of
But
course.
if I want to get somewhere in life and achieve certain things,
Mhm.
that's how the thinking has to change, right? That would assist with that. Okay, great.
Correct. So that will be in our session. We will do that. Will call be based on what is called as vision environment. So usually that
Sure, no
ties into
problem.
paradigm shift. So it has different things. So I teach you how to actually lay out things. Again, there's a science. When it comes to the
Mm-hmm.
speaking, when it comes to the writing, when it comes to achieving it, there's an
Mm-hmm.
actual science behind it. And when you learn how to do that, you'll be like,
Right.
what? Like, okay, this is how I could actually do it. Because I
Yeah.
have something called a magic book. I'll show you more of my stuff that I have around me and why I have them soon. But there's one I think
Sure.
in front of me that I see every single day because
Um,
this is tied into my vision. So I strategically place things in front of me that I want to show up in my future.
okay.
I will
I don't know.
strategically put things in front of me that I want to show up in my future. I do not have things in front of me that I do not want in
Mhm.
my future. I have my future
Right.
right as well too, my future car
Mhm.
in
Oh,
front of me.
nice.
So I bought this from China literally because of I went and sat in one already as well too. And then right after I did that, I started
Mhm.
opening up doors because I ended up getting an experience in a McLaren in the US. And from one thing to the next, I was around Rolls Royces and from literally just going and sitting in a car that I never thought my mentor told me, Balmesh, what car I want to drive in the future? I said, well, I think the first level will be a BMW i8. He said, did
Mhm.
you ever sit in one? I said, no. He said, then go to a dealership that sells one and sit in it. I'm
Mhm.
like, well, growing up, you're afraid if I don't have the money to buy that, how I will go and sit in that, right? And then he was
Exactly.
like, the first thing you need to do is eliminate that fear. The mind has
Mhm.
to go there before you get there. Wherever you
Yes.
want to be in life and whatever you want to experience, you have to find ways to give yourself the experience either by visualizing. Again, creative
Mhm.
visualization is a session by itself. So either by visualizing or either by actually putting yourself in an environment to experience that thing. And when
Great.
you've experienced it, all of a sudden,
Mhm.
your mind starts to believe that this is something that is possible for Mira. All of a sudden, it's like,
Mhm.
this is possible for Mira. All of a sudden, it's like, wow, like I can do this, I can be this. Again, we will have to go through some stuff, like, but when we do, I will literally show you how I've literally used these concepts to literally, like, anything you could possibly think about from a visa, getting a visa, to getting, I've manifested all of
Mhm.
those things. And I got it in the timing that I wanted.
Mhm.
And I got it when I wanted, how I wanted. And I will tell you the actual stories. And then you'll be like, what? Like this is actually real. Yes, very
Wow.
real.
That is, yeah,
I have
that's
something called,
amazing.
I wrote about this in my book, right? So this is called
Yeah.
my magic book. And it's some kind of special book. One of my chillers bought it from India for me, right? What I do is I
Right.
use this and I call this is my magic book. So it's my
Mhm.
manifestation journal. So what I do is everything I want to experience in the future, I write it inside of here. And I have been
Okay.
knocking out. And if I show you how many of these I've knocked out, you will be mind blown. So I'll tell you a fun fact. Every year, I've taught my students to write down 300 goals. It's something I learned from my mentors. And it might sound very
Mhm.
far-fetched, but I've learned the concept of writing 300 goals. And this is another activity I'm giving you to do. This is your homework as well, too.
No
So
problem.
you're writing it in the context, so make note of it. Eh? Also, another fun
Mhm.
fact, usually before I start my sessions, I normally say you retain 5% of the information you receive today unless you make note of it. There's a special, it's a Chinese proverb actually, that actually says it's
Yeah.
important to write things down because it actually trains your memory and stuff like that. So,
Oh, yes, I need to do that.
yes. So all of this that
Yeah.
I'm showing you is going to help with all of that. So I want you to start by writing down 100 goals. That's what I want you to do. That's the activity I'm giving you.
100
Mostly every
goals,
year
yeah.
I write 300. And I have the people around me write 300 as well, because this is what I learned. Now that might sound like, what? How am I going to get 300
Mhm.
goals? Right? Trust me, when your mind starts to stretch, it becomes like
Mhm.
elastic. It stretches on both sides. And all of a sudden, you
Mhm.
start to see, wow, like, like like this is possible and this is what I can have. If you hear some of my goals, you might be mind blown. You might be like what? Like, wait, you literally could think that far ahead. And I'm like, yeah, I literally know where I'm gonna be in 10 years. I literally know exactly what I'm gonna have and what I'm gonna be experiencing. Because I've been
Mhm.
playing these things out and I've been experiencing it already. So I know that things are going to show up in a certain way in my future. Life is going to happen anyways. You might as well have it happen for you in the way that you want. Because life is not
Yes.
to you, Sometimes it feels like that, but life is happening for you. The problem is most people do not know how to navigate through life. They don't have the proper GPS. And that's why I come in to give you the GPS
Okay.
as to if you navigate through this way, right, you'll get there.
Mhm.
So 100 goals, you're writing them in the context of you're starting them by saying I am or I have. So if it's something you
Okay.
can be, you write an I am, that's how you
Mhm.
started. If it's something that you want to have, you write I have. Never write I want.
Okay, I
Again,
have.
affirmations and stuff, that's a session by itself. So the science of affirmations is actually called. There's a way to
Mhm.
actually write your affirmations. There's a way to deal with all of these wordings and stuff. That's a thing by itself, right? But I'm just giving you like the basic status to get you started, right? So you're writing I am, you're writing I have, and I want you to write 100 goals of those. Anything you could possibly think about that you want to experience in your life, write it down. Don't, you're writing it from a
But
space,
can I have an example, please? Like an
right?
example of,
I'm going to give
right?
you an example. So you're
Sure.
writing
Hmm.
it from a space where you believe that you can achieve anything you want.
Okay.
That's the space you're
Okay.
writing it from. So
Okay.
for example, how much money you want to be making per month? That's a simple one. Everybody wants to know. You need to have an
Oh,
exact
okay.
figure. You need to have an exact figure.
I have an exact figure.
Right, good. So I want you to write it down. And you
Mhm.
write it, I am
Mhm.
earning, let that be number one. I am earning, and put the
Okay.
figure per month.
Okay.
As
I
specific
am correct.
and as clear as you could get about these goals as well, you want to do it. One
Hmm.
of the things that separate the wealthy people and the average people is wealthy people write their goals. Average people speak about their goals. They don't write them
Good.
down.
Okay. Hmm.
So writing has power. So you're writing 100 and you're writing it. I am, I have, etc. And you go
Hmm.
like that, right? Let me just give me
Okay.
one.
Okay.
Let me just message the person that I
Sure.
have next.
Sure.
Yeah, I told her push it back a little bit. So I'll just be with her in a few minutes. Be with. Yeah, sure. When I start talking about these things, I just can't stop and I'll just go on a roll and it's be like, whoa, okay.
Yeah.
Because I've been doing more of mine, even though I already know it, it's just poof every time. So
Yeah.
you're writing 100 of them. I am earning so much and so
Hmm.
much. Make it about things that you want to experience, your vehicle, things in your home, clothing that you want to have, specific items. Be very specific about it.
Hmm.
What kind of perfume you want to have, what type of book you want to read, anything at all. You want a gadget, you want a phone, you want a laptop, anything you could possibly think about, write it down. You want to go to
Okay.
a place that you've never been to, right?
Hmm.
um I am in and put the country like me I am in
Hmm.
Dubai, right, etc. So you want to, yeah, you want to write exactly. I've done this for India. I wrote it on my whiteboard and I taught it to my students in January of 2024, and by March 2024, without even knowing how I was going to reach to India, I was in India, all expenses paid.
Wow.
I'm telling
That
you,
is
I'm telling you, I'm not even
amazing.
kidding. I'm not even kidding. I've had a trip to Vegas, all expenses paid, because of the fact that I wrote it down and I spoke it into existence.
That's
Because I
amazing.
know, yeah, because I
Yeah.
know how to actually do it. So I've done it, right? So
Okay.
this is exactly what I'm sharing with you. I'm not holding anything back. So write it down. Write down, for example, I
Yes.
am in whichever country and by whatever year and that kind of thing. Just write it down like that. Be very
Okay.
specific, right? So this is how you're going to start writing the goals. I'm going to send the secret to you. I want you to watch the secret and you're going to go through the secret and you're going to look at you're going to make notes on the secret. So get a book
Sure. Okay.
specifically for all of this. And you're
No
going to start
problem. I
writing
got
and
it.
have that book, and this is going to be a self-mastery book. So,
No
literally
problem.
write it down. Now, saying the things as time goes by, you would understand it better. But from now, I want you to try practicing this. Anytime you're having a conversation, anytime anything is said to you, I want you to start doing your best to become intentional about what you're saying. Anytime you realize you said something already and it's negative, I want you to change it in the moment. Anytime I make a mistake and say something negative, I pause and I fix it one time. I am not concerned
Right.
about who's there. I'm not concerned about anything else because at the end of the day, I am determining and shaping my reality. I need to be mindful of how I'm shaping my reality, right?
Agreed.
The more that you do this
Mhm.
and the more that you become intentional about this, all of a sudden, boom, it starts to open doors and things start to shift and you'll be like, what? It starts to become
Um,
absolutely mind blowing, right?
yes.
You're going to do that. I'm going to send you, so every session that I have, I normally share a short video that I want, again, you to look at. And then, so there's going to be a small video to show you how limitless we really are. If you choose to be limitless, you can be. It's just a choice. And then
Mhm.
also, I will share with you, there's a 20 minutes. Some sessions, you'll need to be guided through the meditation. But like some of them, like this one, it's 20 minutes, it's just music playing. You just close your eyes and you just listen for 20 minutes. Do it for yourself. It's going to make a significant difference. And if you can do that,
No
just use this
problem.
for every day. You just literally do that until our next session. So everything I'm giving you now is to do this your homework and to do everything until
Sure.
your next session.
Barbara, I want to just ask you one thing.
Sure.
I mean, this could be a session separate, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But like, okay, so like I have panic attacks, right? Now, no
Mhm.
panic attacks, like no nothing big. I just in myself, you would
That's
probably not
fine.
even know,
Right.
right? But is there like a prayer? I mean, I tried the Hanuman Chalisa,
Right.
but is there like a prayer I could say to just
So
kind of get a little more confident? No?
what I am sharing with you here, this goes beyond all of
Mm-hmm.
those things. When you do
Okay,
these
no
things,
problem.
you're gonna learn their breathing techniques, their different things. I have literally helped people who have, I'm talking about severe anxiety, literally lower their
That's
heart
me.
in 10 minutes of going through a meditation.
Okay,
I've done
great.
it in front
No
of my
problem.
eyes, like legit. Like this friend of mine, his
Great.
wife have serious panic attacks, anxiety. She has to wear on a monitor to actually see that. She checked the heart rate. When I
Yeah, it
into
shouldn't say
her,
panic attack. I don't
no,
think that's
I'm
what I
just
have. I think
explaining.
anxiety. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I
Yeah.
think
So
I
I'm
used the
showing
wrong
you
thing. Yeah,
if it can happen for somebody severe, it can more than happen for you. So meaning we
definitely.
can
Yeah.
fix that, right? So literally she was having it and they normally have to rush her to the hospital and stuff. And I told him just pause. I said just put her to sit down 1 minute and tell her just listen to me. Just listen to me and just trust me for 10 minutes. Just close her eyes and I said I'm gonna take you through this meditation. In 10 minutes, they check back the monitor after when they check it, the heart rate completely dropped.
Oh,
I'm not
amazing.
kidding. It's real. Like these things. It's
No,
just
I
that
know.
you know that, right? So it's just that again, these are things that we're not opened up to. So
Mm-hmm.
once you just stay steadfast, you just have to commit. You just have to commit to doing the things I'm sharing with you. And once you do it, literally, this is
Mm-hmm.
an investment in yourself. Once you do
Mm-hmm.
it, it is going to alter things and shift things for you, and you're going to see the changes happening. You just have to give it a little bit of time.
No problem.
The rushy process,
Yeah,
just be a little patient. Just do the little things that I'm saying. Right? So after
no
sending,
problem.
like I said, the video self mastery,
Yeah,
I'm going to send you a short video. I'm sending you the meditation link. I
sure.
want you to listen to that. And I
Yeah,
want you to write down the 100 goals. You're going to do that.
sure.
And
I'll
then we're
do
going
that.
to take
Yeah,
it from there. Right? And then we'll
no
start the
problem.
next session and we'll get from there. And I'm excited because I hope you are
I
as
am
well.
too. I am too. Trust me. I definitely so happy that you're actually giving these classes because I can't do it on my own. I can't.
Fix that.
And then you make
Fix
sense.
that.
You,
Change
you
that.
know,
Change that. One,
yeah.
change it. You just said? You just said what? No, change it. Change it. What are you supposed to say?
I can't do it on my own.
Exactly. That's it. There's
Okay.
nothing else to that statement. I can't do it.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, did not know before, but now you are becoming aware that you can.
Yeah.
That's all.
Okay.
You see how quick
Yeah.
your mind is programmed? You see that?
Yeah.
Now think about how like,
Where did
everything
you
that you
come
say
from?
literally about yourself, literally you're saying it in a negative manner. So pay attention to it. You will
Understood.
see for yourself how it will start to shift. So I'm
No
excited.
problem.
I can't wait for the next
I
session.
am too.
Yeah,
Thank
and I have to give
you.
you some. Let me see. Where did it go? Where did my reactions go, man? Oh, it's there. Oh yeah, boom. Oh, one came up. I need the other one to come up. Okay, we have. Okay, probably do this one. Boom.
Okay.
Let's go.
Wow,
That's for you for
cool.
being a
Yeah.
good student. Yeah, cool.
No
High five.
problem. Thank you so much.
All right. You're most welcome there. So I
Bye.
look forward to taking you through and I look forward to seeing your homework. Please, thank you very much.
Yes. No problem, Baba. We will set up another appointment.
Yes, dear. So we will chat soon.
Okay.
I'll
Sure.
send you the
Thank you.
recording,
I
right?
will
I'll
do.
upload it and I'll send it to you.
Sure. No problem. Thank you so
Take
much.
care. You're most welcome.
Take care,
Bye.
Sitaram.
Yeah.
Bye bye.